Surfing Violinist presents my musical Philosopher's Stone, Violin Vlog 54. On Friday, June 6th, we had a bit of a reunion with old friends, the Stanek Bros, and Daniel. I think I was too brain dead to get a pic of all of us together, but here's a pic of me and Dan Woodrum and Jim Stanek. The request of the night was from the crew who asked for some Harry Nilsson, so I started playing a few, and Nilsson's melodies work really well on violin. It was blazing hot by local standards on June 18th, and while setting up for my gig at Ferrucci's, even in the shade I found myself pretty weak-kneed. Don't really know what came over me, but the suit wasn't helping issues and I almost passed out. I've known the bartender Alex since Anthony Peoples' gig days. It's been a while since I've seen Alex, and I came in sweating like a pig and asked for water and a Coke, which helped me stabilize. The gig went great, with a really enthusiastic crowd, and by the time the gig began, the temp was much more manageable. After the gig, I was talking with Ferrucci's owner Matt in the office, and Alex walked in and I said, "Hey Alex, thanks for the Coke, you saved me." There was this brief moment of silence and Alex said something like, "Yeah, you're welcome for the Coca-Cola," making me realize what it sounded like I had said right in front of the boss. It had been a crazy busy night for everyone, so this punchline was perfectly timed for a collective laughing fit of relief. Tuesday, June 24th was Bourdain Day. I went back and forth overshooting the target with my set list numerous times, and finally I realized I just needed to simplify and complete a project I started years ago. During the first Bourdain Day, I did a cover of Iggy Pop's The Passenger using Anders Thu's arrangement on MuseScore. I was unhappy with my performance, but Mark Santoli loved it so much he has been requesting it ever since. Normally, I'm just using whatever backing tracks are easily available, and often it just sounds like a karaoke track or a MIDI track. So I went looking for a fuller track to use on the internet and stumbled on this quartet version of The Passenger and realized, wait a minute, that's me. I had totally forgotten that back in 2022, I'd adapted Anders Thu's version to a quartet and even recorded a rough version. So to cap off the night, I decided to finish the job I started with Mel's first Bourdain Day and make a symphonic-esque version of The Passenger that I would be proud of. Well, I tried. I'm still not happy with it. But there's something Anders Thu did here in the build-up to the climax that has always resonated with me. And when I heard my micro overture version, even with its kind of pitchy and squawky execution, I still find myself bobbing to it. For a long time, I've had a hard time identifying what it is that excites me about supersonic, holy spiritual moments in music. As a kid growing up, it was all about virtuosity. I thought I wanted to be Paganini. But the stuff that really hit me in music usually had less to do with the pyrotechnics of mechanical skill and more to do with the emotional tension of moments in music when the story of a piece of music spoke loud and clear, usually without words. As I grew up, it was less about the skill of the player and more about the transcendent vision of the composer. The flair and technique of the instrumentalist serving as klaxons heralding the composer's message, signposts to a story waiting to be exposed, not the reverse. The virtuoso serves the story within the song. The song is not there to put the player on the pedestal. In the director's cut of Cormac McCarthy's movie, The Counselor, Ruben Blade's character pulls back the curtain of the reality of the corrupted cosmos to Michael Fassbender's dilettante counselor character, counseling the counselor. He says, "The philosopher's stone is buried in the dirt, despised by men." And I think this is the truest statement. The real je ne sais quoi that gives work, art, science, poetry, and song a meaning that transcends mere commerce and industry, toil and trouble, is the alchemy of one's divinely given but demonically discarded voice. We have to go on an odyssey to rediscover this divinity. I can't really put into words what the fingerprint of the divine is within my life and work, but you can hopefully hear some part of it in this rendition of The Passenger linked on my second channel. And hopefully over time, my virtuosity will live up to the challenge. My task in the next few years is to cultivate this quality in music, in my videos, in my cooking, in my surfing, and in my family. They use it to render a perishable Ponzi scheme. I'm hoping for something more symphonic, more philharmonic. Here's to the serendipity of the alchemy of the supersonic holy spiritual, permeating every aspect of our life, work, adventure, maintenance, and self-mastery. Here's hoping that we can have both. Further up and further in, lords and ladies. Godspeed on your quest for virtuosity in service of sublime story and symphonic song. Keep it consistent even if your muse isn't.
To see these videos early, without ads, join the lineup here on YouTube. You just need a YouTube account, and for $1.99 a month, you click this little join button and sign up to get early and ad-free access to 4 monthly vlogs: the surf vlog, the violin vlog, the Masala vlog, and the family vlog. Thank you very much.